prepared for highly offensive language and adult and sexual themes. It was emotional. I don't think my heart can take this job much more. I mean, we had video messages from the little uns, didn't we? Phone calls from home. And Evelyn and Alex playing a bit of footset. I mean, that's what really got me. And it was adios to the boyfriends, which was a shame. I want to know if Josh is going to destroy Emma. Has Ed picked a date for that wedding? And more importantly, will Laura's long-lost lover, Bernardo, move to the UK? Good luck with that one. I'll be asking them all very, very shortly. Evening, boys. You there? There they are. Look, there we are. Woo. Woo. So many men. Well, with all the sexual tension that's been going on in the house, we put a call into our resident sexpert, Annabelle Knight. And she's going to have all the ins and the outs on the romantic... Kerry Katona, stop it. On the romantic goings on in that house. She definitely knows how to press my buttons. Plus, our favourite lull maker and Big Brother super fan, Luke Kempner's back! And if all that wasn't quite enough for you, the housemates have been nominated, and I've got an exclusive teaser just for you watching at home. But now it's time to meet tonight's panel, and they're pretty darn hot, if I was to say so myself. First up, I'd let him give me 5. It's Scott Robinson! Next up, she is a legend in her own lifetime, sorry. It's Wednesday. I'm definitely smitten with this kid. It's Kerry Katona. And finally, believe me when I say this, she is often mistaken for a member of Atomic Kitten all the time. It's Vanessa Bell. Right, there we have it. We have got our panel. So let's talk about tonight's show. And we have to start with the two pranksters that have been playing the pranks. Kerry, could you have imagined that a fake proposal joke would have caused so much drama?
But everyone's getting stoned.
What's all right, Kerry?
Oh, I just...
Do you know what? I've got to say this, that it's an extremely serious issue, and I hope people don't think we're making light of anything like that, but, I mean, it was a joke.
Yeah, you know what? I completely get that. And I would understand if Andy was saying that to two straight men.
Or even just anyone, if someone was actually insulting.
Yeah, but they wasn't. They're having a proper laugh. I mean, can you imagine if I joked about every time I got you, Kerry?
I'll tell you, Kel, we'd make a series out of it, I'll tell you that. Scott, it was clearly a joke. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but do you think the tinfoil rings was a bit of a giveaway?
I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, it was very clearly a joke, and he's taken it completely wrongly because it was stealing his limelight.
Absolutely.
Because he got married. But it's okay because I'm not really upset. I'm just going to get a cigarette.
Well, look, this is the thing. Look, what we've all got to really, really appreciate. It's a really emotional week for Andy. He actually got engaged.
Yeah.
You know, he's got engaged and loving his life. And then all of a sudden, poor Ed's been ripped away from him. He hasn't got any time to spend away from him. Vanessa, you know Andy.
Yes.
What did you make of
Oh,
it?
come on, poor Andy. I think he's literally all over the place. I mean, what I really think...
Vanessa Felton!
Yes, let me talk. This is what I think happened. I think he felt terribly jealous and his nose was put out of joint. I think he thought he was the engaged person and suddenly they came along, they said they were engaged. He didn't know whether they meant it or not. He felt terribly upset. Then I think he realised he was behaving like an absolute tosser. And so, rather than admit that he got it all wrong, he decided to sort of adopt a moral high ground and sit on his high horse and get terribly indignant on behalf of you know, and of
there is
gay
a
rights.
kitten raising her paw.
It was
Please,
a shame.
you know what my question is? If that was serious and he didn't know whether it was or wasn't, he completely just pissed on their parade.
Go to clip. I've never heard Barbara shout so loud in her life. Barb.
It was Andy and Ed's time, and they took all of it off them just so they could have camera time. That's all it was. If they're serious, they've got engaged and they thought, oh, aye, we'll get a bit of camera time now.
Oh, no.
Yes. Seen Barbara get like that.
Barbara, you're wrong.
Barbara has pierced right to Barbara has got it. Barbara's pierced right to the centre of
No,
this.
Vanessa.
He felt that
That
he was
doesn't mean
being
he's got
ousted
right.
from the just being engaged pedestal, and it was too soon.
Well, do you know what?
He wasn't ready to give up on it.
That all happened in the house last night. Let's see what Andy has made of it all this morning. Take a look.
Do you know what? I have very little else to say about Huey. I'm bored of him. Huey will continue being Huey, and I will continue being me, and at times we will have conversations that are nice, and I think at times we will clash, and that's that. I have met people going through some extraordinarily difficult things in their lives, way harder than any of this. I've seen a lot of life. And a conclusion that I came to a long time ago was that some people, no matter how hard you try, are always going to be a prize gold-plated idiot, in your opinion. And Huey, I'm sorry, is one of those people.
Well, that's what Andy had to say. Huey is a prize gold-plated idiot. Vanessa?
Yes.
I get what you're saying. You think that he's said something, he's sticking to his ground, he's stubborn. It's the morning after, he's still running with it.
I'm afraid that somewhere along the way, and Andy, I'm telling you, he is a nice guy. He's a very sweet guy. He really is. But I think he's somehow lost perspective in there. I think he's completely forgotten, and it's quite easy to do. I've been in there twice. Kerry knows what it's like.
No.
You know, we know what it's like in there. You're in there. You forget what the real world is like. Yeah. And I was.
Compared to Vanessa,
Compared to me, she was well sane in there. I was the one that really lost it. So I know what I'm talking about. You forget what real life is like. And I think Andy's forgotten the programme he's on.
Yeah.
He's got it all mixed up.
Do you know what?
He thinks he's on a serious political show.
His
He's just got it
hormones, his
wrong.
emotions are all over the shop this
poor
week. In all
thing.
fairness. But listen, let's forget about that for a moment. Let's move on to another couple of thoughts. It's today's obligatory Charlie and Jason chat. I know, we've got to do it. They're still not seeing eye to eye. Charlie was brought to tears once again. Scott, how long can these two go on living with each other?
No, not for any longer at all. I mean, it's getting really boring because she needs... what she needs to do, she needs to realise that he is not interested. He's not interested, right? He wants to enjoy the show without her being there. And the fact that she just keeps like, oh, Jason, I need to speak to you. Jason. Just...
How does she say it?
Jason.
That's actually quite good.
Yeah, just wind your neck in and piss off.
Not my word. Well, let's move on to someone else. Jane got a little bit of advice from her nephew Ian. I wonder who he could have been talking about. She said she was going to annihilate Chelsea when she spoke to him. Kerry Katona, did she?
No. Did she help? But I hope to God she does. He annoys the shit out of me. No, you know what it is, right? He thinks he's like one of the lads, right? And he walks around with Jason, and he's like a...
He's a moron. He's got a Lego hairdo where you can clip it on, clip it off. He's an
We don't judge how people look on this show.
No, honestly, right, he's such an idiot.
Do you know what I
he's
love
so
about
fake and
Chelsea?
false.
Do you know what I do love about Chelsea? And when I say love, I find very cringe, but I love watching it. It's even last night during the Andy and Huey row, Chelsea has to come and sit in and go, I'm here. I'm
going to be here for this. I'm going to be here for this.
What's he going to do?
I mean, the other day, he started a row about pancakes, right? Just because he hadn't had... But he hadn't had enough airtime.
I like you.
Because he hadn't had enough airtime, he thought, well, what shall I do now? Yeah, pancakes.
Right, well, do you know what? We rarely speak about Alex on this show. Because, you know, he's not give loads. He's a nice guy, but he's not give loads. But, well, I'm going to tell you who he is. We've got to give a mention to Evelyn and Alex foot-loving.
Yes.
Now, Jackson told Evelyn that Alex likes her. So, do we think, Vanessa, this could be our new little story that we keep along?
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I really hope so. But, I mean, I think that if there was any genuine chemistry, it probably would have ignited by now. It's certainly, blimey, they're taking their time. They're like a cold blancmange, both
Yeah, but
of them.
you know what it's like in that house. Once that group gets smaller, you start getting closer
I'll
and
tell you
closer
what was
to
interesting,
people.
though, seriously. This is a behind-the-scenes insight.
Oh,
was
here we go.
watching that foot thing with Ms. Katona, who became incredibly aroused and manically excited about it. She's like, oh, feet! Yes, she loved it. It did it for her. It did it for her. It did.
Harry loves the feet.
She loved the feet.
Right, listen, that's a nice bit of chat, but I am going to have to pause for a moment because we have got some very special guests arriving, and believe me, they love a big old entrance. Geese. It is our overnight house hunks. Please welcome Laura's long-lost love, Bernardo, Emma's boyfriend, Josh, and Andy Spence. Say if I've ever felt any more insecure on my own show, it's now.
How do you think I feel?
Oh, Ed, stop it! You were included in that.
These two?
Look, listen, you've all been out of the house now. You've been in there. You've enjoyed your time in there. How was it, first and foremost?
Horrible. Definitely. Because we came at a wrong time, the tension in the house, and we were the symbol of the betrayal among them.
You've got fans. Bernardo, you've got fans. Give us a Kerry Katona.
Yeah,
so you found it hard?
I found it hard. I mean, I understand why they were the way they were, but it was hard for us.
It was hard for you. And we could see that as well, but there is one thing that did happen in there that literally we got the confetti out and everything. A massive congratulations to Ed, everyone! You're getting married! Yes! How does it feel? Has it sunk in yet?
No,
this has all been such a whirlwind for you.
It has. It's been slightly crazy. I mean, Andy had asked him warning me before, and I kind of says, no, not yet. You know, just let's just hang on for a little while. But yeah, whenever he kind of asked me on Friday, and I did go in with a ring. I was kind of.
So you were sort of half prepared.
No, but
to be honest
with you, I had it in my pocket, but I just didn't know if the moment was going to come up. So I was kind of getting going. I'm just going to see how it goes.
And then within 5 seconds, he says, "I want to marry you."
He says,
and you're like, "Well, it's funny you should say that."
And there was the tears. He was crying. I couldn't.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I'm really excited. excited. Yeah, I'm
Well,
really
you should
excited.
be, and we can't wait to follow this journey and see what happens and how it all goes and what you're going to wear. I can't wait.
Thank
But
you,
what I
darling.
want to know is obviously what we've seen tonight in tonight's show. You know, there was a bit of a situation in there last night with you and Ryan. What's your take on it? Because I know it's a lot easier for us to sit there and look from the outside in.
To be honest, obviously with me getting into the house, I had the pleasure of meeting Hughie and Ryan, and I got to say, they are two funny boys. You know, and I love Hughie. I have massive respect for Hughie, and me and him had a really good kind of get together in the house, and I think he's amazing. And if I had been in that situation, I would have found it quite funny.
Yeah.
But they got to be. But no, guys, I got to say this. I have to say that. Andy, you're talking about a guy who worked for the BBC for 8 years.
Yeah.
And he loved what he did, and that's what he wants to do. And he was willing to give up that career for speaking up about a guy who was just said something nasty about this Tyson Fury guy. And, and even when that all happened with Andy, I even said, "Why did you say that? Just keep it." Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
He's got a very big moral respect for his
You do not mess around with Andy when it comes to gay rights. You just don't.
Fair enough.
You really don't do it. Me personally, I would have been fine with it, but. And that's why Andy and I are amazing together, because opposites attract.
Yes, they do. Opposites definitely do attract. Josh, I want to come to you. I mean, Emma couldn't have pressed that button any quicker than Big Brother hadn't even spoken. This is. It was literally like, I know what's coming. How was it, obviously, seeing her for the first time and then obviously the second time, but how was it seeing her tonight, more importantly, sticking up for herself? You seem to give her a bit of a confidence boost,
that's what it is, yeah. Well, I think you'd agree, you know, having zero contact for a month is not easy. It's not easy. So, you know, seeing her there you go.
It's love.
Absolutely amazing. It's love. But, you know, we travel together, spend a lot of time together, so it's like a void, isn't it? So,
and
it's so good to see her again.
I mean, we saw you saying you were so respectful of, obviously, what her parents had said to you before you went in. You must have had a little grope or something.
We had a little...
It was PG, it weren't a 12, it was a PG. Bernardo, I've got to ask you as well. This man has crossed an ocean to be here, ladies and gentlemen. An actual ocean.
With the most amazing body you've ever seen.
Come on.
Second to my guy here.
Was it worth the journey?
I think I'll find out. Because, you know, it's very, very difficult. So it's just very difficult to actually... We had to talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
I was still struggling with flashes of the images of what I saw. So that's why in the very beginning I couldn't really talk to her. I didn't know how to approach her, what to say, what not to say. But I guess I'll find out later. Because
has that affected you? Has that affected your... If that hadn't have happened with Laura in the house before you were in there, would your time in there have been maybe a bit different with her?
It would have been different. Because actually a few months ago, she told me, don't text me anymore because we're not getting anywhere. Because it's been months, I mean, years, we trying to get to each other, but I was busy doing some things, and then she was traveling around, so it just never happened. But we wanted to, but at some point she was like, we're not getting anywhere, let's just stop it here.
But now, obviously, you've come over here, you've gone into the show with her, you've met her in there, and you've had your chat and stuff. Where's your mindset now? Because in our eyes, we're looking at this as like the love story that's never happened. What's your mindset now? Is this something that you think when she's out of the house you want to pick up with her, or?
Well, she said,
let the man speak!
Yes! Oh my God, she's a lovely girl.
She told me that she would fly whatever I was.
Right.
So she has to prove herself to me now.
So if she keeps her word and wherever you are, she comes to see you.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Oh, I love it. Well, listen, boys, this task literally has been my favourite task of the entire series. It's been absolutely fantastic. I'm so thrilled that the three of you got to go in there and see the guys that you wanted to see. You have been amazing house guests, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for our house hunts. Brilliant. Make sure you stay tuned as well for all of today's headlines and that exclusive nominations piece. Plus, Woman knows how to tease me a bit as well. Annabelle Knight's going to be here, and a man who knows how to tickle us, Luke Kempner's going to be here as well. I'll see you straight after the break. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Side, and it's the Hump Day edition. Speaking of humping, Annabelle Knight is going to be stirring Halloween's very shortly with a whole lot of sex chat. Oh, yeah. I love it. Plus, we have got a midweek nomination peak. And as always, comedian Luke Kempner's keeping it lousy. But now it is time for tomorrow's headlines in today's news. First up, and after the big row last night over Ryan and Huey's fake engagement, it's good to see that the two of them have turned over a new leaf and decided not to pull any more pranks. I'm lying, because at 11:12 this morning, they were up to their old tricks again before they even got out of bed.
Happy birthday, Letitia.
Thank you. Whose birthday is it? Mine.
You're
not joking?
It's my birthday.
Oh, no.
Did you get me glasses on?
No! That's not it. You want to get out? Oh, baby, happy birthday. How old are you?
Happy birthday to you. 26.
26, yeah. Oh.
Thank you. Why don't you make some breakfast, Jade?
You're on the breakfast? Yeah? Okay.
You're on the run.
What do you want?
Bacon sandwich?
So you want a bacon sarnie?
Yes, please, Jade.
Okay, do you want bacon sarnie?
Oh, I'm all right,
You
love.
sure? Bacon sarnie. Oh, Letitia?
Yeah.
Isn't it strange that your daughter didn't say, or somebody there say, happy birthday, Mummy, for tomorrow?
She's so easy, did it? Jade, I hope you didn't find that joke inappropriate.
I did actually.
She's so
I have to now make a bacon sarnie.
I might use that one myself, but they'll never learn. So it's good to see nothing gets past our very own private investigator, Jane. She's unravelled their web of lies. Now, still on Huey, and he seemed to have stars in his eyes today. He really, really did. And I mean A-list Hollywood stars, because it started at 11:23 when he said, our Jane looks like a certain American superstar diva whose love don't cost a thing. Then he compared Evelyn to not one, but two very famous faces.
Jane, you're like our very own Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, you charmer.
You're looking amazing for your age. Not that you're old. We shouldn't be thrown in.
No, I'm not young.
Yeah, we shouldn't be thrown into your age comment, but you know what I mean by that.
I do, and I'm very chuffed. Not bad, 49.
Yes, you look fantastic for your age.
I don't like bragging, but...
Evelyn, you look like Nicole Scherzinger so much it is a joke.
She looks nothing like Nicole.
I think she's the image of her. No,
nothing like Nicole, not even one single bit.
Your face is not like really like her, but you just remind me of her.
I'll take that. I reckon she's beautiful.
She's amazing. Oh, Evelyn.
What?
You're like a dark version.
She's like a little ghetto.
No, she's like a dark version of Michelle Pfeiffer from Scarface.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You know what? No, you laugh, but a lot of people actually say, and they often mistake me for, they say I look like a cross between Brad Pitt and David Beckham. Except more attractive, obviously. They don't. And finally, it seems that we do indeed have another Big Brother romance brewing, because at 12:41 this afternoon, Evelyn actually confessed that she could potentially have a little frisson with Alex.
The other night I had to go in the diary room
I'm not dying.
I told my father I wanted a boyfriend.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, Alex.
No.
You are getting closer though.
No, we're not.
It's not actually a
Yeah, but that's because I was drunk and I told Jacko that I liked him.
Have you not told Alex that yet though?
No.
What? Tell me.
Because he obviously doesn't. That's the thing.
What? Say this again.
I think Alex likes you.
I think Alex thinks you're really fit.
And he 100% does, because he told Jacko for you to come into the bed. Remember that night and you didn't go into the bed?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because that's so awkward.
How? You could have just had a chat, like it didn't need to be awkward.
No, but like we're grown-ups. If he wants to for me to come in, but he can tell me to do the stuff, or I
Yeah,
can
you
jump
shouldn't
in
have
myself.
told Jacko.
I don't need Jacko.
Or he should have been like, I've come over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't need Jacko to be like, please, when the lights go off, you jump in.
Yeah.
And then come and pull the blanket off and say, get in with Cannon. Like, we're not like 5. Like, if he wants to, like, we can do it ourselves.
Watch this space, it's getting heated in that house. And that was today's news. Now listen, we've had all them extra hot bodies in the house this week. It must have been pretty hard for a lot of our housemates to control themselves. Do you know what? It's time for... Oh, here to give us a good old mouthful is my friend with benefits, ladies and gentlemen, Annabelle Knight. Oh, well, listen, this week, as you guys have seen, we've seen more boyfriends enter the house in the last few days than Taylor Swift's had in 3 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Just saying. What are you making of the whole love fest that's going on?
I love the love fest. It's contagious. The good feeling is spreading throughout the house and everyone wants in.
Oh, yes, I do. Well, look, we're going to start with the others first. We're going to talk about the others in a minute, but let's start with Evelyn and Alex. This has pretty much come out of nowhere. She said she wants a little bit of piece of the love action, and next thing you know, she's playing a bit of footsie with the old Alex. Are these two going to be our new Posh and Becks?
Oh, I hope so. They would have such beautiful babies. But they're both very reserved people. They didn't go, you know, all guns blazing at the very beginning. They've taken their time.
I thought you said they didn't go organs blazing.
Oh, no. That as well.
Bit much. Quite glad of that.
But yeah, they're taking their time. They've got to know each other a little bit, and I think we're starting to see potentially a strong relationship forming.
Do we think we are? I think we are. Look at them feet. Come on. You don't do that with your mother, let me tell you. Well, we did see Jackson tell Evelyn that Alex does indeed fancy her. If he fancies her, why haven't we seen him make any move?
Well, Alex is a very reserved person. He's got a very genuine personality. He's not showboating for the cameras yet. Why don't we like Alex? What's he done?
They're very jealous. They're very jealous.
But he has taken his time. They've gotten to know one another. Other housemates are in their ears, though, so that may be influencing them quite a lot.
OK, well, look, it's one to watch and we will keep an eye on it. But, I mean, I've just had him on. Let's talk about Bernardo. I mean, so here's Laura's long-lost love,
yes.
OK? Now, with Marco, we saw sort of like a wild, animalistic type of Laura and, you know, a bit of tongue-in. But with Bernardo, it was more about the sensual, soft, you know, loving. Let's have a little reminder.
Such a tear.
Climb the fucking walls, talk to me about it.
Two very different sides to Flora there, I feel.
Yeah.
What does that say to us?
I think Laura is quite easily led by her significant other. With Marco, he was very full-on and she followed suit. And with Bernardo, he's a lot more reserved and she's following suit there.
So do we think that she is two different people when it comes down to whoever she's with, or she's got it in her to do both, but she wanted to do it?
I think she very much listens to the other person and takes her cue from them.
OK, well, that's fair enough. Let's talk about Emma, because we've seen a bit of a different side of Emma as well over the last few days. And I rarely read what is in the auto cue, but I can't think of another line, so what's come over her?
Well, this dosh has come over her.
Yeah, obviously.
They are a lovely couple. They have great body language. They're very intimate and relaxed with one another. And the second she got a chance to spend some time with him, she jumped at it.
I mean, she did. And do you think they're a good couple? Because they
Yeah,
seem like they've got the
think
same
they're a
type
good
of
couple.
energy about them.
Exactly. They mirror one another. They fit together really nicely. And they're...
Come on, please. I think they're a lovely couple.
Yes.
I really, really do. I think they're a really, really lovely couple. But can I just say, God bless Big Brother, right? And I'll tell you why. Let's just take a little second to appreciate it. I mean, look at that. I mean, this is why we all love our job. But for some of the boys in the house, they weren't happy about this. What was you making of that situation? I mean, some people were saying they weren't going to take the tops off. Sam said he felt like a strand of asparagus. Or asparagus, I believe it might be known as.
I think they're not threatened by the new guys because they're not really the new guys. They were just a flash in the pan. So they knew they weren't going to stay there for very long. But their insecurities did come out.
So you think, I mean, I felt a bit insecure on that sofa, I'm not even going to lie. Let's talk about Ryan and Huey now, or Rui. Is it Rui? They want to be called Rui. Let's have a little look at them two in action.
I don't think we should speak anymore. I can't even be doing stuff in here, I can't even kiss him. I just want a kiss.
Ooh, better moisturise, I've never seen that before.
I either think we should swap beds or we don't do anything anymore.
He actually proposed to
Little thing. So people are liking it from what the audiences, especially on this show, that I'm gauging. But what are you making of the sort of on-off relationship? I mean, is that healthy?
It's kind of like the biggest game of kiss chase that I've ever seen.
It is.
They are very similar as people, and they both like a little bit of attention. I don't think that's gone unnoticed.
Yeah.
But when one of them withdraws, the other one surges forward, and then they get their attention fix, and then the roles are reversed. So they're kind of going in this circle over and over again. I mean, how many times has Ryan said, no, we can't do this anymore, and then they've gone straight back to it.
But now we've heard, obviously from Ryan's mum by a proxy, I think it was Lydia, Ryan's friend in there, that Ryan's mum allegedly approves of Huey. So are we going to see this relationship get taken to the next level now? I mean, we saw an engagement last night, even though it was late.
Well, we could do, but I think there's one barrier, which is Huey's mum. She said in no uncertain terms, you know, knock it on the head a little bit. So Huey may not let it progress for fear of what his family and friends might be thinking or saying on the outside world. But Ryan is very keen. He's got the thumbs up from his mum and he wants to push it.
Oh, I love it! I love it! I love a bit of love. I know, Annabelle, it's always an absolute pleasure. You look stunning. Make sure you come back soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Annabelle Knight. Stay with me because we're going to be off on the Lowell train with Luke Kempner in a minute. Plus, we're teasing those all-important nominations. We'll all see you straight after this break. Thank you so much. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Side. Now, the nominations have been coming thicker and faster than ever. In one of her fantasies. Get her a boat. We're going to have all the exclusives later on in the show. But did someone say bit on the side splitting? I wrote that one. Here with his weekly dose of chuckles, it's the Lowell Doctor himself. Give it up for Luke Kempner!
I'm a comedian, impressionist, and I am Big Brother's second biggest fan. Second, behind the bots audience.
Always get your audience on side, okay? Now, I genuinely love being on Bots every week. Now, I hope the housemates are happy that I'm on too. Hey, Laura, are you happy I'm going to be back on Bots every week? All right. Chill out, Laura. Yeah, no, look, this week has been emotional, but fair play, Big Brother. The loyalty task, I think the loyalty task has been one of the best tasks ever, right? Yeah. It's been good. But a couple of things have got on my nerves, all right? Firstly, I am annoyed about the amount of press-ups I've had to start doing since my girlfriend saw Josh with his top off. Right? Cheers for that, mate. Yeah, I mean, the guy even looks good in a vest. No one looks good in a vest. Secondly, I wish the housemates would have stopped running around to see their reward before the pods have turned around. You are ruining the drama, guys. Right? Have they not seen Blind Date? It's not the way it works. Now, obviously, there is a lot that happens in the task, but Big Brother can't show everything because we've only got an hour a night. But fear not, because here I am to show you some of the bits that you won't have seen. Yes. This is Big Brother. Laura, behind you is a handsome man that has traveled a long way to see you. I am not sure why I have become the American version of Siri. Other voice activation services are available. Laura, will you turn around for your long-lost love? Loredita. I have traveled across the whole of the Victoria line to see you. Well, I swapped to the Piccadilly because there were signaling problems. Come on, Loredita, press that button. Oh my God! Oh my God! I'm gonna have to shave my beard. Only joking, it's me, Marco. I've just realised that no one has had sex since I left. Yeah. Seriously, I've got a cab waiting outside and it's costing me a fortune. Just turn around. No, literally don't worry about the cab because I'm loaded. Yeah. This is Big Brother. Andy, will you turn around? Will the handsome gentleman behind you make his plea? Hello, my gorgeous man. Hello, my big baby. Turn around for me, you big baby. Turn around, you big baby in your nappy. Turn around and let me burp you. No, let me see your face, you gorgeous man. No, right, hello. Yes, shush, right. Hello, Chelsea, right. I've just seen that Andy has got engaged and now I'm worried. I'm worried it's going to help him win. Shall we get engaged? Letitia, let me tell you this, right? Okay? I think you're one of the best people in it, all right? No, let me finish. I'll say exactly what I said to Jason, Alex, Jackson, Laura, Emma, Sam, Charlie, Ryan, Huey. What about Jean? Oh no, don't worry about Jane. You mad? I'll say what I said to them lot. Letitia, even though you can't make pancakes, You're my favourite person in it, and of course we can get engaged. Right, everyone sit down, okay, because I've got, Jason Kerry, no, okay, right, because we ain't got much time, right, okay, now listen, right, I've got some news to tell you about Letitia and Chelsea. Yeah, thanks, Jason, basically, Letitia and Chelsea, no, Charlie, please, because I'm telling, no, them, yeah. Sorry, that's fine, Jason. Go ahead, Jason. Okay, sorry for interrupting you, Jason, I'm sorry, okay, that's fine. Yeah, well, do you know what? You've interrupted me 125 times now, okay? Now, pack it. Okay, fine, Jason, all right? I'm sorry. I just won't talk. I won't talk anymore, Jason. I'm so sorry. Like, I just won't say anything. If that's what you want, Jason, I just won't talk to anyone. Okay, right, Big Brother, I am not going to talk anymore to anybody. Okay, it's fine, okay? You talk. Right, can I just say one more thing, though? Can I say one more thing, right? And then I'll just be quiet. I won't talk to anyone ever again, so you'll be happy, right? Everyone, Jason and I are engaged! What? No! Right, that's it, Ryan. Can I talk to you for a second? No, shut up. Will you shut up? Right, because I feel really bad about the joke we played on everyone. And I thought about it, and Andy's made me realise that it's not a laughing matter. So, can we get engaged for real, Ryan? No, why would you want to get engaged, you twat? Stop it! No, shut up. Stop giving it lemons. Stop giving it gooseberries, you knobheads. I'm sick to death of you. I'm sick to death of your shit. I need someone who's going to speak the truth. I deserve to be loved. I'm going to go and speak to the one person in this house who genuinely loves me.
Hello, Huey.
Oh, hello, Big Brother. Right, I've thought long and hard about this, and I think that we should get married because do you think that we can be trouble raising bitches together, like?
Big Brother, we'll get back to you.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I've been Luke Kevin. I'll see you again soon. Good night.
That was amazing.
Luke Kevin, everyone. That was amazing. I love him. I'm going to give this one a cuddle. Stay tuned, 'cause in a matter of minutes, I've got your first look at this week's nominations. I'll see you straight after the break. Well done, mate. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Sides. We've got so many nominations, so little time, so let's not waste any more minutes. Here is your nomination exclusive.
Housemates, today is a nominations day.
Oh my
God. He's just annoying.
I've seen a few people that have got a bit upset by his negativity.
There's been a few incidences where I have been made to feel very uncomfortable.
He is stirring the pot a little in the house.
I just got to question our motives now.
Is he being honest?
Because we don't have much to say to each other.
It did put a bit of tension on the house.
Made me feel under attack.
Proper out of order.
It was uncalled for.
I just find it really unnecessary and over the top.
It hurt me. It did hurt me.
It causes absolute carnage in the house.
hate it. I hate it when we do that, 'cause I just want to know. Well, there you have it. We've hit the halfway mark. Kerry, you've been in there, especially when it gets past that halfway mark. Does it become easier or harder to do the nominations?
I think easier the smaller the group gets. I think it's actually easier because you kind of feel like you've got over the first hurdle.
Yeah.
So sod it now, I don't really care.
The thing I found most when I was in that house, Vanessa, I don't know if you'll agree with me, but once you do reach that halfway mark, you're pretty much, if you've had a good run, you're left with a lot of your mates. And you've got your nominations in your head. When it actually comes to sitting in that chair and nominating, you change your mind, like the weather. How did you find it?
It can be very dumb. I was never there that long, let's face it,
No,
but...
See, I was.
But it's... Yes, you was. But it becomes hard to get the name out. Sometimes you're sitting there and you're thinking, when I face them afterwards, when I see their mum, how am I going to... It's quite hard to do it. It's not easy.
No, it's not easy. Listen, let's talk about some of the housemates. Andy's been up for every eviction that he's been ever eligible for.
Oh.
Scott, do you think he's maybe in danger of being up again after what happened last night?
In danger? Of course he's in danger. I mean,
Scott, I get paid to ask the questions, babes.
It's a stupid question, Ryland. he's definitely going to be up for eviction because he's probably in the outside world. He's probably very nice, but what he's done here is he's played a game. It's backfired on him, and he's kind of been a little bit weird, and he thinks he's better than everyone else. He's definitely going to be up for eviction. And, you know...
Oh, shut up.
Well, listen...
Not you. I meant them.
In that clip that we just saw, we heard Ryan say someone causes absolute carnage. Who do we think he's talking about, Kel?
Andy, 100%. You know what? The weird thing is, I'm kind of judging Andy now on the fact that I've met Ed, who's a breath of fresh air. But Andy, it's like... I really wanted Charlie and Jason to work it out, but Andy... Rubbish. No, Andy messed that up because he got involved.
It wasn't Andy's fault. That's not fair. No way.
No. Vanessa, I'm going to come to you now because I want to talk about the task, because the task caused a massive divide this week, with the loyalty points going up and down. Let's talk about Emma quickly. Do you think she's going to feel the repercussions after that button press?
Well, yes, but it's a bit of a shame for her, isn't it? Because she's a dolly face. She's a very sweet little thing. She's nice. There's some real stinkers in there who should be up. There are some real shockers. I think Charlie is unbearable. And I think she should go. She's unbearable. Hang on a minute. And excuse me. Beautifully brought up, but I found myself staring at the TV, and every time she comes on, I'm screaming words I didn't even know I knew her.
Guys, I've got 1 minute left to talk to you all, so all I want to know, very, very quickly, Kerry, who do you want out on Friday?
Andy, but I want Letitia to win.
Okay, Scott.
Andy.
You want Andy out, Vanessa?
I like Charlie out and Chelsea, a very close second.
Very quickly.
Emma, Chelsea,
Jason,
Jane, Sam, Jane,
Emma.
Charlie,
Charlie.
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
Charlie,
Laura, Emma,
Chelsea.
Emma. Three of them, including Andy.
Charlie,
Emma,
Charlie, Andy,
Lego head.
Chelsea,
Andy.
Charlie,
Charlie.
Charlie,
Chelsea,
Charlie,
Charlie.
Lovely bit of chat. Make sure you watch the main show tomorrow night at 9 o'clock to find out who's up for this week's eviction. That's all we've got time for. A massive thank you to my guests and my fantastic audience. I'll be back here tomorrow night at 10:45 with James Jordan, Charlie King and Rusty Lee. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you then. Night.